While on a short trip, a hiker discovered a strange rock in the river. At first, he was confused by it, not knowing that 15 years later, this simple find would change his life forever. Adrian Cole always felt a strong connection to nature. As a passionate hiker, he spent most of his free time exploring the wild beauty of the outdoors and enjoying the peace it brought him. But during one of his hikes in 2007, he unknowingly reached a significant moment in his life. While walking by a river with clear water, Adrian let his thoughts drift for a while. He often thought about starting a family, and these thoughts were becoming heavy and stressful for him. At 28, he spent his days working as a lab scientist and going on solo hikes. Although this routine gave him comfort, it didn't satisfy his desire for something more. As he looked into the calm water, he sighed deeply. The smooth surface of the river was a stark contrast to the turmoil inside him. He walked along the riverbank, lost in thought, his feet moving automatically. Suddenly, he tripped when his toe hit a hidden rock, causing him to stumble. Adrian winced and rubbed his sore foot. Once he regained his balance, he noticed something strange about the rock. Through the clear water, he saw tiny black dots on it, making it look oddly unsettling. Adrian bent down to pick it up. As soon as he touched the rough surface of the oddly shaped rock, he felt a strange sensation. For someone who was a bit sensitive to certain patterns, holding this rock made his skin crawl. He frowned at the mysterious rock, and part of him wanted to throw it back into the river because it looked so unappealing. Yet, for some unknown reason, he didn't want to get rid of it. Aside from its irritating appearance, another detail about the rock stood out. It felt strangely warm to the touch despite being submerged in the chilly water. Plus, its unusual texture and color made it seem out of place among the other smooth, weathered stones that lined the riverbed. Adrian lifted the rock, and the sunlight danced across its surface, revealing its form with more clarity. Suddenly, it did not look as disturbing as it had minutes ago. The rock's uniqueness captivated Adrian. He turned it over in his hands and rubbed the surface with his fingers, studying it intently. The little black outgrowths were oddly velvety, embedded into the gritty base with a somewhat artistic touch. It felt like he was staring at a piece of invention, but at the same time, he knew the rock was completely natural. Something about its simple look but complex nature hinted at a story he couldn't decipher. Perhaps it was a meteorite or matter formed from a volcano. He dared to dream. Whatever it was, Adrian sensed its uniqueness and special nature. A shiver ran down his spine. As he felt an inexplicable connection to the rock, he quickly took a picture of it, his eyes sparkling at how much less irritating it appeared in the photograph. Then, in a delicate and fluid fashion, he placed it in his knapsack, intent on exploring it a bit more at home. Little did Adrian know that this enigmatic rock would become the catalyst for a transformation that would alter his life for good. Back at his cozy cabin, Adrian carefully extracted the odd-shaped rock from his knapsack, his fingers tracing the tiny dots of black that spotted its rough surface. The rock's eerie appearance still unsettled him, triggering his trypophobia, yet he shook it off, determined to unravel its hidden secrets. Adrian placed the rock on his wooden workbench, surrounded by hiking gear and nature guides. He examined it under different light sources, enjoying how the sunlight reflected off its surface. Although the light didn't reveal any hidden features, it gave the rock a pleasing appearance. His fascination grew, and he soon grabbed a magnifying glass to study its texture for clues about its origin. To his surprise, he discovered tiny glittering flecks embedded in the rock. Excited, Adrian wondered aloud if this could be a rare mineral, squinting under his glasses as his mind raced with possibilities. But as the day wore on, Adrian realized to his dismay that he could never really get a clear answer to his questions. He was a lab scientist, well versed in the world of testing and culturing rocks, but its intricacies were never in his job description. Defeated, he dropped the rock in a box and walked to his living room. As he sank into his soft sofa, he plucked his phone out of his pocket, leaning on his last resort. If understanding the strange rock was too big a task for him to handle, he would have to reach out to another channel for answers, the collective wisdom of the internet. So Adrian opened Reddit and uploaded the picture he had taken back at the river. His fingers flew across the screen as he asked for help identifying it. He posted the thread, confidence surging through him. With Reddit's vast community, the chances of getting an answer soon were high, and it was only a matter of time before the moment came. Adrian's eyes glued themselves to the screen, refreshing the page every minute. But as time passed, the silence grew deafening. Nothing popped up on his screen, no comments, no messages, no notifications. As the minutes ticked by, Adrian's anticipation turned to frustration. The room grew quiet, save for the occasional tick of the clock. Eventually, days blended into weeks, and the answers he sought still evaded him. The only comments he received were expressions of surprise and intrigue at the new find, yet nothing could explain its origin and nature. At long last, Adrian gave up, choosing to move on to other important life issues. Although the lack of progress saddened him, he was still grateful for the momentary escape the strange rock had given him. He let go of his obsession with its inquiry, burying all thoughts of the rock in the basement where it lay. 2 years later, Adrian's life flourished. He married his soulmate, Natalie, a kind-hearted botanist, and they welcomed a beautiful daughter. By 2022, Adrian had transitioned from lab work to a career in environmental conservation, providing a comfortable life for his family. His 13-year-old daughter thrived on the love and attention from her parents. One evening at work, Adrian received a surprising message on Reddit from a user named Geomis, asking if he still had the strange rock he found years ago. Confused, he ignored it, thinking it was just a prank. However, 3 days later, he received another message claiming the rock was part of an ancient artifact and asking to see it. Feeling uneasy, Adrian considered replying or blocking the user. He wondered why the rock, which he thought he had forgotten, was suddenly resurfacing in his life. Although he hadn't seen it in years, he was sure it was still in his basement, gathering dust. Despite never finding the answers he sought, he always felt the rock was special, a feeling that had faded after his daughter's birth, but was now creeping back into his thoughts. Adrian's mind reeled. Who was Geomis? What did they know? He surfed the internet for the NCKS stone, only to give up after seeing the little information it provided. Eventually, Adrian's curiosity got the better of him. After brief contemplation, he responded to the message. Mere minutes into their conversation, Adrian discovered that Geomis was Dr. Kate Grant, a research assistant and archaeologist from the prestigious Aurora Run Institute. Subsequently, he agreed to meet with the young researcher, determined to put an end to years of suspense. The next day, Adrian took the rock from his basement to meet Dr. Grant. Her eyes widened as she examined it, and she confidently suggested that the NCKS stone was an ancient relic from a lost civilization. Adrian felt a sense of closure with this revelation, but it was just the beginning. Days later, Adrian received an email from the Institute offering to buy the NCKS stone for an incredible $1 million. His eyes widened in disbelief. This money could secure his family's future. With his daughter nearing college and his mortgage still a concern, the offer was tempting. He realized he had a chance for a life-changing opportunity and felt he would be foolish to decline. Despite his excitement, Adrian felt uneasy. A voice in his head questioned whether the rock's value was only monetary. This was his discovery, and the Institute's generous offer came after they failed to find more of the rock in the river, suggesting he had a claim to it. His attachment to the rock led him to make an unreasonable decision. He refused the $1 million offer, unwilling to let go of what he considered a rare treasure. But the institution was persistent. Eager to study the NCKS stone, they proposed an alternative arrangement. Adrian would take the money and maintain ownership and naming rights. The rock would be christened Fletcher Stone, infusing his essence into it throughout history. The Institute would carry on with the research, and for a period of 5 years, Adrian would have access to the rock. The arrangement was like a dream come true for Adrian, and he found that he couldn't turn it down, even if he wanted to. From that moment on, Adrian's life changed forever. News of Fletcher Stone spread rapidly in the scientific community, attracting attention from renowned institutes and researchers. Adrian became an unexpected celebrity, captivating scholars worldwide. As word spread, amateur treasure hunters flocked to the river, hoping to find similar rocks, but they were unsuccessful and turned their focus elsewhere. Adrian's discovery sparked scientific inquiry and inspired exploration among young people. He and Natalie watched with pride as their lives transformed through the rock's fame, deepening their connection to nature. Looking at Fletcher Stone in its custom display case, Adrian marveled at how that simple find 15 years ago had led to such incredible changes. He felt grateful and hopeful for the future with his strange yet lucky rock. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.